Neville Goddard, Your Faith is Your Fortune, chapter 14, Circumcision. In whom also ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands, in putting off the body of the sins of the flesh by circumcision of Christ. Colossians 2:11. It's going to get good. This also reminds me, and I'm sure he's going to mention it here, maybe he isn't, but there is what's called the 7 eyes of God, and there is an 8th eye, and that 8th eye is this same subject. When you find that lecture, it's a wonderful lecture, but we'll stick to this one for now. Circumcision is the operation which removes the veil that hides the head of creation. The physical act has nothing to do with the spiritual act. The whole world could be physically circumcised and yet remain unclean and blind leaders of the blind. The spiritually circumcised have had the veil of darkness removed and know themselves to be Christ, the light of the world. Simple little drawing will show us that again and again and again. I am all that is, God, right here. When you realize that I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than I, this is the subject he's talking about. When you realize this, and you realize your self-concepts are but just reflections of what you impress upon your consciousness, and then you re-express into a different expression, thus resurrecting into your new self, this is a realization of that you are Him. When you realize this law, you realize you are Him. That's what he's talking about right here. The spiritually circumcised have had the veil of darkness removed and know themselves to be Christ, the light of the world. You are the light. Let me now perform the spiritual operation on you, the reader. This act is performed on the 8th day after your birth. Not because this day has any special significance or in any way differs from the other days, but it is performed on this 8th day because 8 is the figure which has neither beginning nor end. 8th is similar to the lemniscate, as it's called, has neither beginning or end. It just keeps going and going. There is no beginning and there is no end. Furthermore, the ancients symbolized the 8th numeral or letter as an enclosure or veil within and behind which lay buried the mystery of creation. Thus, the secret of the operation on the 8th day is in keeping with the nature of the act, which act is to reveal the eternal head of creation. That changeless something in which all things begin and end, and yet which remains its eternal self when all things cease to be. This mysterious something is your awareness of being. This mysterious something is your awareness of being. When you become awake of your awareness of being, and you realize that your impressions upon your subconscious, upon your subjective, are creating objective, when you realize how this works, you are aware, you have become aware of your awareness of being. This mysterious something is your awareness of being. At this moment, you are aware of being, but you are also aware of being someone. As I said before, right when you're waking up, your awareness of being is first. Then you load in your self-concept. Right when you become aware, you become aware like in a light flash, in a very quick lightning flash of memory. Oh, I am this self-concept. I am this self-concept. I am this one. I am this one. It doesn't matter. Your awareness of being is first. Your I am is first. Then you convince yourself where you are in your self-concept. You convince your being. This someone is the veil that hides the being you really are. You are first conscious of being, then you are conscious of being man. First you're conscious of being, then you're conscious of being man, whichever self-concept you choose. After the veil of man is placed upon your faceless self, you become conscious of being a member of a certain race, nation, family, creed, etc. The veil is to be lifted in spiritual circumcision is the veil of man. The veil to be lifted in spiritual circumcision is the veil of man. The spirit, let me read it. The veil to be lifted in spiritual circumcision is the veil of man. The veil here is what's lifted. The veil of your self-concept, because you become aware of this law. Just the awareness of it, you're lifting the veil. But before this can be done, you must cut away the adhesions of race, nation, family, and so on. I mentioned before, and if I believe I did, where at a certain point of studying Neville, I stopped my awareness of division. It just left me. And what I mean when I say that is I had a lack of division of each person. I all of a sudden considered us all a family. It just overwhelmed me. It was easy to see each individual. When I was out at a restaurant, when I'm out and when I'm in a grocery store line, anywhere I was, I could just see the innate power and magic in each person. It just started to blow my mind. It blows my mind now, believe me. But that's when that veil is lifted, is when you start to see that we are all brothers and sisters. You start to realize your power. In Christ, there is neither Greek nor Jew, bond nor free, male nor female. As I just mentioned, you must leave father, mother, brother, and follow me. You must leave father, mother, brother, and follow me. To accomplish this, you stop identifying yourself with those divisions by becoming indifferent to such claims. Such claims, where are they? Try putting on the news for 10 seconds. They would like to have a full color chart like you're picking paint for your house. They'd like to have a full color chart and claim that this person is this color and this person is this color and this person is this color whenever they describe a story or report a news incident. They just like to put you in division. Excuse me, you're not a victim. I realize that, and you realize that. But it is a sort of programming that likes to remind you of division. To accomplish this, you stop identifying yourself with these divisions by becoming indifferent as such claims. You don't hear that anymore. You're aware of it, you realize what's being said, but you're revising instantly. We're going to get into that later too. And revision is so amazing. Indifference is the knife that severs. Feeling is the tie that binds. Indifference is the knife that severs. Feeling is the tie that binds. When you can look upon man as one grand, let's look at that. Back to the, I am not married, I am single, and I am married and happy. Indifference, if you used indifference and you broke up in a relationship, you used indifference, or they used indifference, and you experienced that here, that's an impression that became an expression. The feeling was gone. With Smothers Brothers, right? You've lost that loving feeling. Don't mean to sing on this, but there is that concept of indifference. But what binds is feeling. When you go to sleep here in this single world, in your single consciousness, and you wake up in this of being married and happy and in a relationship, you awaken that within this self that becomes this self. Feeling is the tie that binds. Indifference is the knife that severs. Feeling is the tie that binds. When you can look upon man as one grand brotherhood, without distinction of race or creed, then you will know that you have severed these adhesions. One of the main reasons we are going to read these books together is because of this main purpose right here. And in so doing, you'll realize the use of this law. And this law will be a celebration of your newfound freedom. Simply put. With these ties cut, all that now separates you from your true being is your belief that you are man. With these ties cut, division, all that now separates you from your true being is your belief that you are man. You believe the self-concept. That's the only thing that separates you is your thinking of your self-concept. To remove this last veil, you dropped your conception of yourself as man by knowing yourself just to be. I was just going to mention it, and I can see in the next sentence what's coming, but remember, it's back to the I am. It's back to the breathing. I am floating, slowing down. I am. Instead of the consciousness of I am man, let there be just I am. Faceless, formless, and without figure. You are spiritually circumcised when the consciousness of man is dropped and your unconditioned awareness of being is revealed to you as the everlasting head of creation. A formless, faceless, all-knowing presence. Then, unveiled and awake, you will declare and know that I am is God. And beside me, this awareness, there is no God. I am all that is God. I am is God. The I am of you. That when you wake up, before you say I am your name, or I am hungry, or I am anything, first is I am. I am. This mystery is told symbolically in the Bible story of Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. It is recorded that Jesus laid aside his garments and took a towel and girded himself. Then, after washing his disciples' feet, he wiped them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Peter protested the washing of his feet and was told that unless his feet were washed, he would have no part of Jesus. Peter, on hearing this, replied, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Jesus answered and said, He that is washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit. Common sense would tell the reader that a man is not clean all over just because his feet are washed. Therefore, he should either discard this story as fantastic or else look for its hidden meaning. Every story of the Bible is a psychological drama taking place in the consciousness of man. And this one is no exception. This washing of the disciples' feet is the mystical story of spiritual circumcision or the revealing of the secrets of the Lord. Jesus is called the Lord. You are told that the Lord's name is I am. Jesus. I am the Lord, that is my name. Isaiah 42:8. The story states that Jesus was naked, save for a towel which covered his loins or secrets. Jesus or Lord symbolizes your awareness of being whose secrets are hidden by the towel, which is the consciousness of man. This is the consciousness of man. These are the secrets hiding. Jesus or Lord symbolizes your awareness of being whose secrets are hidden by the towel, consciousness of man. Your consciousness, your expression is veiling the secret of that you are I am. The foot symbolizes the understanding which must be washed of all human beliefs or conceptions by itself by the Lord. Of itself by the Lord. Let me repeat that. The foot symbolizes the understanding. The foot symbolizes the understanding which must be washed of all human beliefs or conceptions of itself by the Lord. The Lord. As the towel is removed to dry the feet, the secrets of the Lord are revealed. In short, the removing of the belief that you are man reveals your awareness as the head of creation. Man is the foreskin hiding the head of creation. I am the Lord, hidden by the veil of man. I am the Lord, hidden by the veil of man. Realizing this is the circumcision. It's when you realize the secret, I am. Oh my goodness, it just gets better and better. Chapter 14, we're officially, I think, past the halfway point. Unbelievable. What a great, very short chapter, but very amazing and intense. This is a big step. This is a huge step. And as I stated earlier, about a year in or 6 months, I forget what it was, 9 months maybe, I think it was maybe 9 months to a year, I just had this overwhelming feeling of lack of division anymore. The division seemed to have left me. It was like all prejudice against anything disappeared. And I really do think it has a lot to do with you. When you start to impress yourself and see the expression change, you're going to realize, and this is all about how we consciously use this tool. We consciously use the law. All right. That was chapter 14, Your Faith is Your Fortune. We're going to see you in the next video.